Hey, it's Allison with Sing Write Create, and today we have a really interesting exercise that starts to teach you how breathing for singing is really different than breathing for talking. So it's a play on that same hissing exercise that we did in the last video, and the concept is that when we talk, it's really different the way we use our breath. So we take a little sip of air, and then we talk and talk and talk, and sometimes we pause and there's nothing happening, there's no breath in or out. And then when we need a breath, we just pause our speech and we keep going. However, when you sing, you're working in a steady rhythm. You're working a meter. 4, 4, 3, 4. Sometimes you're in free time. And what that means is that you have a constant flow of breath out and in. We talked a little bit about that in that first video about breath awareness and stretching. What it also means is that because the breath support really is the key to fueling a strong voice that you're in control of, that sounds great and has great tone, it means you want to really maximize your opportunity to breathe at every pause in the phrase. Not every pause in the phrase, but at the end of each phrase, sometimes in the middle of the phrase when you're singing. So you're going to be breathing even when there's still air in your lungs. Like sometimes there's still a lot of your air in your lungs, but you're still going to catch that little breath because you have a really long note coming up. And eventually you don't have to think about it. You just are naturally knowing, like, okay, I'm really optimizing my breath intake. But it can be a really foreign feeling at the start. So this exercise just kind of gets you used to that feeling and thinking about that concept of how it feels. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice breath in. Instead of doing a long hiss, we're just going to do a very short hiss out and then breathe in on top of all that air that's still in your lungs. We'll do it about 5 times. You want to be a little careful with this one because you don't want to pass out from too much oxygen in your brain. So keep the ribs open the whole time and just follow my lead. Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Okay, now let all the air out. So seemingly really simple, but I don't know, some of my students react to this like, whoa, that feels really weird. Some, maybe it feels normal from some way that you use your breath in your life already. But just kind of get familiar with that feeling, and I will show you how to apply it to phrasing when we start singing.